Hello everyone. So today we are going to implement this path which sweep the searchlight. So we can define a custom path using these splines. So each these searchlights will search along this given path. So if I simulate, you can see what I'm talking about. So here you see the searchlight is moving along this given spline. Same for both. See? And once it goes there, wait a couple of seconds and reverse in the same path. So this is important when we design a level and when we place searchlights perhaps at the edge of some enemy camps. We can define a custom path where these searchlights should be sweeping around the perimeter. So at the moment what happens is we have this this angle. We can change it also, and this searchlight is sort of searching to this side and then to this side. That's basically what happens. So if I simulate, you can see that. So it's the same behavior for both searchlights. So what I want to do now is, instead of having a fixed search area, I'm gonna add something like a spline path which defines the path the searchlight will be searching along. Alright, so for that, let's first add the spline, and I'll call it sweep path because it defines the path the searchlight will be sweeping through. So I'll, by default, let me move it somewhere like this. Right, now in the level, I select it, so it's over here. Let me first move it on the ground. So let's say I want to search from here to here and back. So I'll move this spline over here. Then let me change the spline type to linear. Both. Right. Another point here. And here. So from here to here and back. That's what I want this searchlight to sweep. Okay, now here, how should we do? I'll add a custom event sweep. So here, let me get the sweep path and get location at distance along spline. I'll choose local coordinate space, promote distance to a variable. Let's test with the first point, that means the point at distance 0. So I can get the searchlight base, get relative location, and find look at rotation from the searchlight base to this point in the spline. Right, now let's see this works for the first point. Let me split this, get the searchlight base. So searchlight base, I only need to rotate your component. Move component to, I don't need to change the relative location, only the rotation. So get relative location, plug it directly without any change, and plug the your component like this. Let me add the sequence here so that we can call both searchlight base and searchlight components to rotate. Another move component to for the searchlight. Similarly, we don't need to change the relative location, so plug it directly, but we need to change role and which components, so I'll connect them like this. We can keep your 0. Right, now to test, I'll call the sweep function instead of rotate base. So if it works correctly, light should rotate to here. Did I give a time? 0.2. That's fine, we can adjust the timing later. Let me simulate. No. Right, actually this local let's watch this value. This value, I think it's not what we need. What we get is not what we expect to get. So here, first point is here, also the same as the sweep path point, which is 4749 1530 minus 648. So that should be the same value we should be getting when we execute. Let's execute and see. We get 0. Alright, I think we get the relative of this local means local to this sweep path. So let's do some trick. I'll get the word location and then I'll add the same component. I'll call it calc helper, because this is going to help us with the location calculation. Then I'll set world location of this guy with this value. and then we can get relative location of the calc helper. To calculate the rotation we need to get. That should work. Let's see. So now if I simulate, the light should rotate to here. See? It works. And here it's pointing to the first point correctly. Okay, this error is because I'm simulating coming from something else, so don't worry about it. I'll make this a bit larger by default. Right. By default it should be down. So right, should be enough. This is for the default setting. Here we have a custom curve. So okay, so now how to make the light move along here, this path. So for that I think let me get some space first. Add the reload node here, and then I'll promote this part to a macro. Turn light. The reason I kept distance outside is this is going to be the changing part. Right, now after light is turned, again I'm gonna call sweep. Right, and then this I'm gonna no, I'll keep it right here. I'll add some delta to the distance. So get the distance and add. So what I'm gonna do is moving this distance along the spline. So we should do that afterwards, after turning the light. Here I'll promote this to a variable, move direction. No direction, I'll call it move delta. Okay, so 100. And then we can check if this value is not less. If this value is larger than the spline length, get length. If that is the case, I'm gonna set the move delta by move delta multiplied with -1. So basically that means some reversing. Then I'm gonna add move delta with the distance and set the distance. So this is if this is true, I need to reverse. Otherwise, I don't need to reverse, I can continue. So this is one possibility. What if the move delta is already reversed? In that case, what we need to check is if this is less than 0. So if that is the case, we need another branch. We should check it here. Again, we need to revert this, so the same thing. Otherwise, we can continue. Right. I think at an end, we should have some delay. So let's add a delay of 3 seconds for now, when the reversing happens. Maybe we should add the delay here. Well, it doesn't really make any difference. Alright, and move delta is 100. Distance should always be 0, default value. Shall we test now? Okay, it's moving that way. And moving back. Alright, it's working. Nice. Now we should do some adjusting. I'll make move delta public so we can adjust it for each instance of the searchlight. Put 40 because I felt it's too fast for a searchlight. This speed seems good. Alright. I think we can increase the light a little bit to see it more clearly. Yeah. Okay, now if we can modify this curve as much as we need. The light will follow. See. Alright, so that's all for today, and thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below, and if you would like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.